This video is sponsored by Buy.jp. You can use Buy to make purchases from stores and auction sites in Japan. Stores like Toys R Us. Yeah, Japan still has Toys R Us. Or Amazon Japan. I've bought a lot of Blu-rays from there. You can shop the Japanese Disney store, the Sega store. You can even shop the official Godzilla store. And new stores are being added all the time. It's like having the coolest mall right at your fingertips. Buy will take care of language barriers, currency conversions. All you have to do is add what you want to the Buy cart. Start a new account using my link below and you'll get 2,000 yen of free money to start your shopping spree. Just click the link in my description and happy shopping! Playtime! Yay! In 1979, HG Toys from Long Beach, New York released Godzilla vs. the Tricephalon monster, a 55-piece playset that pits Godzilla against a completely original three-headed foe. It came in a really big box, and if you watched my last playtime video on the jigsaw puzzles released by HG Toys, you'll know that this box art is recycled from a jumbo-sized puzzle that featured 4 heads. I think this art was repurposed and retconned to be the Tricephalon monster. But let's check out the playset. It starts with this vinyl sheet that measures 30 inches by 30 inches. You'll see it has some brown land and a large river running in the center with a dock. There's this city skyline diorama with skyscrapers being blasted, either by the monsters or maybe the military just has terrible aim. This is a cardboard water tower that the previous owner stapled together, and it goes on this stand that's also cardboard. The cardboard is not aging well, so I'm going to be very careful here. There are also these flat cardboard trees. I've got 3 of these triangle-shaped trees here, and then there's one normal-looking tree. These are supposed to hold themselves up by these little tabs on the sides, but they don't stand very easily. And then there's this cardboard diner, Joe's Diner. Smash the city, but protect Joe's Diner at all costs. They make a hell of a Greek omelet. Thankfully, the diner stands much easier, but again, the cardboard pieces from this playset are not its best pieces, especially now, decades later. On that subject, the set comes with this cardboard bridge here. The bridge has 2 sides, and you're supposed to attach them via these little nubs here. As you can see, the bridge is supposed to curve so it can go over the river. But making this cardboard crease and curve the right way, while connecting all the nubs, is a real challenge, and I'm very worried I'll accidentally rip a nub off or something. So I'm not going to be putting the bridge together for this. But enough of this cardboard. Here are the stars of the show, Godzilla and the Tricephalon monster. Obviously they're both green, but 2 different shades. I actually like this Godzilla mold a whole lot. I like the slight hunch he's got going. It even has a really decent texture going on. He's just got this weird hole underneath. It's fine that he's hollow, but what a weird cut this is, going over half of his foot. But otherwise, I actually do like this toy. His opponent is also hollowed out, but the cut isn't so awkward. He's a quadruped with 3 long necks and 1 long tail. He's also got a big fin-like thing on his back and some flipper feet, which makes me imagine it as an aquatic monster. I like that each monster has a very different silhouette, and I like how they scale together. Another centerpiece in this set is this missile-firing destroyer ship, and consequently it's also the most delicate piece. These little poles and such on the top are begging to snap right off. One thing I really like about this ship is that it says HG Toys underneath, and the monsters had that too. So if you ever find just this ship somewhere out there, at least there's a clue for what it goes to. Most of the smaller pieces in this set we'll look at don't have that clue. But yeah, this is a big ship, a worthy opponent for Godzilla after the Tricephalon is defeated. Roar! The set comes with 18 soldiers and 18 civilians. Maybe one of them is Joe from the diner. These people are tiny. Just for comparison, here's a figure from a Sword and Sorcery playset by HG Toys, which is more in line with your average figurine size. We got old lady Agatha shouting at Godzilla to keep off my lawn. And Officer Krumsky here is about to accidentally shoot her in the kneecap. Here's a little yoga class. Just because there's a monster attack, that's no excuse to skimp on a good stretch. Here's a few children on the run. Hope their parents made it. By the way, these two kids share one stand, but I'm pretty sure they count as separate individual people for that 18 civilians count. The army guys are what you expect. Some repeat poses again, guys running, guys shouting. No army set is complete without the bazooka guy, it's like a law. There are no guys here sharing a stand, and apparently my set came with 2 extra soldiers, making 20 total. Score. Here's a blue police car that comes with the set, and these cars are as cheap as they come, but they do the job. It's a very generic car that just has a police sticker on the back. Here's the exact same thing but red, and of course the sticker now says Fire Chief. At least the ambulance is a totally different shape. Again, these aren't Matchbox cars, they're just 2 simple pieces of plastic put together with some wheels. One perk of making the people so small is they actually scale okay with these vehicles. And we've got some military vehicles. 2 tanks with tops that do swivel, and 2 jeeps. Plus, you get 2 jet fighters. And even though I keep pointing out how cheaply they're made, they still work very well for this playset. They work better than anything in this set made out of cardboard anyway. They look good enough, they roll on their wheels, what else could you ask for? Especially if Godzilla's just gonna trash these things. Roar! See, I can use him like a finger puppet. In case you weren't picking up on this set comes with a lot of pieces. And over the years, as they're resold and popping up on auction sites and thrift shops, it's easy for pieces to go missing, making for incomplete sets. But it's also common for toys from other playsets to make it into this set. For example, I recently saw an eBay auction that included extra ships and a Zeppelin. And my set came with this red Statue of Liberty and an extra boat. I've got another cool surprise in a minute, but first let's put our play scene together. Keep off my lawn! Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, HG Toys had a number of different playsets, and one line from 1982 was called Sword and Sorcery. This included 3 sets of different sizes, and as you might guess, this set was all about medieval adventures. Knights, horses, wizards. This set came with a castle that thankfully wasn't made out of cardboard. It even had a drawbridge. And it came with catapults. Check this out. Why am I showing you this? Well, some of these sets came with a red dragon. Does it look familiar? Yeah, this is the Tricephalon repurposed as a dragon. And look how it's depicted on this box art. Ironically, it looks more like King Ghidorah here, Godzilla's biggest foe. There was another set that featured a one-headed version of this toy. So I guess this is a Unicephalon. So yeah, there are actually 3 variations of the Tricephalon monster out there in the world. So if you're keeping track, it started with this puzzle art with 4 mechanical snakes that was repurposed into a 3-headed quadruped monster that was repurposed into a traditional dragon. The Godzilla Battles the Tricephalon Monster playset has its strengths and weaknesses. The monster molds are cool, the ship is delicate but a nice touch, and the people and vehicles serve their purpose. However, the cardboard parts are a real chink in the armor, especially when you compare this set to the Sword and Sorcery set, which found better solutions. Finding this playset complete at a convention is one of the best scores of my collecting career, even with the water-damaged box. You can only imagine how rare it is to see one of these go for sale complete and at a reasonable price. Sometimes you'll spot an auction for just Godzilla or just the Tricephalon monster, but these prices are pretty outrageous in my opinion. Anyway, I hope you learned something new today. Let me know what you think of this playset in the comments below, especially if you had it as a kid. Until next time.